Hey everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and in this video I'm going to be creating a scrapbook layout for PinkFresh Fridays. And this is a YouTube hop where a bunch of us scrappy YouTubers decided to get together once a month and create a layout using only PinkFresh Studio products. Okay, so for this layout I'm using a picture that was taken last year in March, and this is a picture of me and my sister Terry, and we were at the Scrapbook crop in Mandeville, Louisiana. And this was the first time that my sister Terry had ever attended a crop. And she was not the only sister that I had there at the crop with me. My sisters Debbie and Jeannie also attended, and so did my mom and two of my friends. And it was really a lot of fun to have such a big group go to the crop together. So I decided to use papers from a couple of different PinkFresh Studio collections. My background paper, which is that pink and white stripe with the florals, is from the collection called Some Days. And that's a really cute collection with a lot of florals and also with lemons. And then I'm also going to bring in some papers from the Keeping It Real collection. I have some of the papers from a 6x6 paper pad, and then also a few papers from the 12x12 paper pack. I wanted to create a lot of different layers underneath my picture to make my picture the focal point for this layout, and I'm going to use 5 different papers here and just layer them behind the picture. Now some of the papers are 6x6 and they're not going to be large enough to create a photo mat, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and layer the picture there on top of that 6x6 paper. I'm going to rip the edge of it, and then I'm going to take the piece that's left over and put it there onto the bottom. And I'm just going to create some mats using those 6x6 papers and just piece that together. And once this is all pieced together, I'm also going to rip that piece that I added to the bottom, and that's going to create a photo mat. And it really does give the appearance of being one whole piece of paper. You're not really even going to notice that I pieced this together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process with each one of these papers. And I think I'm just going to skip forward so that y'all don't have to watch me go ahead and do this for each one of those. I will say that for the green and the blue paper that's 12x12, that was a little bit easier because I could just make the paper be whatever size I needed it to be. But for those first 3 layers, I did have to piece that together. So my title is going to be Scrappy Sisters, and I wanted to make the title a really large element on this page, so I decided to use a die set from Scrapbook.com. This is the bold basic alphabet die set. It comes in both a capital and a lowercase, but I just used the capital letters, and I cut these letters out using some yellow pattern paper from that 6x6 paper pad from the Keeping It Real collection. And then I also cut it out 2 more times out of some white cardstock. And then I just glued together the 2 white letters and then added the yellow letter on top to create a faux chipboard. I think it's really a lot of fun to have a set of dies like this in my stash so that I can create my own titles and use papers from the collection that I'm working with so that I can create a title that matches my layout. And so I love the way that this turned out. I think having the 3 layers really gives a lot more dimension, and I just like having more of a thicker title. So I did have a little bit of trouble getting my title onto this layout just because these letters were so much bigger than I was expecting. And this was the first time I had used this die set. I loved the size of the letters and I loved the font. But I wasn't really expecting them to be that big. And I had put so many mats underneath my photo with all of those layers, it made my picture really large. And so I did have to move my picture down further onto the layout than I wanted. But I think in the end it still did work out okay. And I just love the bright pop of yellow that the title adds to this layout. Okay, so now that I have my title figured out, I'm going to start working on embellishing this layout. And I'm going to start with some banners from the Joyful Day collection. And I pulled out this blue banner that says Hello Weekend. And I thought that was perfect because this crop was over a weekend. And the next thing that I'm going to do is go through some of these flowers that are from the ephemera pack from the Some Days collection. And the ephemera pack has just a whole bunch of flowers and some lemons. So I decided that I wanted to just keep this simple, and I ended up only using one of the floral clusters on the right side of my picture, and then I'm going to use some individual flowers and layer them on top of the design that's already on the background. And that way I can still show off the background without covering it up too much. And I did place some of the flowers right on top of the flower that was already there on the background, and then I added some additional flowers, and I'm going to pop up all of those flowers with some foam tape. And so I think that's really cool because it gives more dimension to the layout, and I really love the way that that turned out. Okay, so up next is some puffy stickers from the Noteworthy collection, and I added a little yellow circle that says Lovely Day to the floral cluster on the right of the photo. I also found a little banner that says I love this part, and I'm going to add that to the bottom of the picture in the corner there. Okay, so I wanted to add a bow to this layout, and the first bow that I created was yellow. I used the same pattern paper that I had used for my title, and then I decided that I wanted to put the bow on that cluster on the right hand side of the picture, and because I had that puffy sticker there, that didn't work out too well, so I ended up creating another bow using an orange pattern paper, and I really love how that bow turned out. Okay, so now I'm taking some foam dots and I'm just popping up all the flowers that are on the background, and I'm using the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I like using these when I want to add a little bit of dimension but not too much because they're a thinner foam. So I wanted to add just a little bit of journaling to this layout, and so I'm looking through this ephemera pack. This comes from the Mix collection, and it has a bunch of tags and quotes and different things. And I found a tag that says wow, and it had a little bit of space there to put the date and also to do a little journaling. I also found this circle that says enjoy every moment, and I just tucked that there behind those flowers, and I thought that was super cute. So I also added some white twine to my tag, and then I tucked a floral cluster that had an orange right under the tag, and then added a little pink flower on top. Now I did think about using a little circle that says yay, but I'm going to end up taking that off and then just shifting my tag down slightly. I just thought that looked a little bit better, and it gave me a little bit more space on the picture. I just think it was just too much with that banner that said Hello Weekend and the wow and the yay. I thought it was just competing a little bit too much with all of those words right there. So I'm going to end up taking that yay off of the layout. Okay, so this layout is almost finished. I'm just going to add some enamel dots, and I'm using the enamel dots from the Some Days collection. And I decided that I would just go ahead and put them in the centers of some of the flowers because it does add an additional texture and just a little bit of sparkle to the layout or shine to the layout, and without adding even more busyness. And the only place that I added some additional dots was just right there by the top of the tag, just to kind of push that out towards the empty space that was over there. So that's pretty much going to finish off this layout. Okay, so if y'all would like to join in on this hop, I have links to all of the other YouTubers that are participating in this PinkFresh Fridays in the description below, so be sure to go and check out their videos. I do have some close-ups I'm going to share with you. I also have a short video clip of my two dogs, Bella and Lilybell, that I'm going to put at the end of this video. If y'all want to watch that, stick around to the end. So if you enjoyed this scrapbook process video, please give this video a like, and if you would like to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And that's all I have. So y'all take care. Hope you have an awesome week, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now. What you doing, Miss Bella? Huh? What you doing, chickie? Are you being a good girl? You are? Are you following me? This is how Bella follows me. She walks in front of me to try to see if she can figure out where I'm going to go next. You're too funny, Missy. What you doing? What you doing, huh? Hello? Can you say hi to the YouTube people? No? Oh, she's watching 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀 because she's stalking 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀 because 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀 is guarding her breakfast. I gave them breakfast like 2 hours ago, and here's 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀 sitting there with her breakfast still uneaten. She's like, I'm gonna eat it, but I don't want Bella to get it, so I'm just gonna sit here because I don't feel like eating it yet. But I'm gonna guard it. She's guarding it. You're so funny. Why don't you want to eat your breakfast, Miss 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀? Are you not hungry? I'm gonna have to pick that breakfast up if you don't hurry up and eat it. I will. I don't want y'all to get into a fight. No. Can't fight over your breakfast. I think it's partly because she didn't get a good breakfast. Say this breakfast is just kibbles. And for the last week, I've been giving them soft food out of a can because Miss Bella had her tooth pulled. And I think Miss 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀's upset. She didn't get the good breakfast this morning, huh? Nope. Nope, she didn't get the good breakfast. And there's this Bella. She's waiting for 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀 to leave her post so she can gobble up her breakfast. Is that what you're waiting for? You are, I know. You are waiting. Can you say hi? No? Okay, well that's all we have. Hope y'all have an awesome day, and we hope to see you next time. Bye now.